Your thoughts are the cornerstone of your existence. Every action you perform, every decision you make, every outcome you experience, it all begins in the mind. Your ideas shape your reality. They dictate how you see the world, how you respond to obstacles, and eventually what you become. Most people underestimate the strength of their own thinking. They assume their thoughts are automatic, random, or out of their control. They feel their circumstances decide their future. Believing success or failure is based on luck, talent, or background. However, it is not true. The fact is, your ideas construct your reality, and if you learn how to harness them, you can improve your life in ways you never anticipate. The distinction between individuals who achieve tremendous achievement and those who stay stuck is not intelligence. It is not opportunity. It is not luck. It is the way they think. Successful people have educated their thoughts to work for them instead of against them. They have learned the skill to manage their focus, to reframe problems, to imagine success, and to condition their minds for unstoppable confidence. The way you think impacts what you do. What you do defines the habits you create. And your habits shape your results. If your thinking is weak, unreliable, or full of uncertainty, your activities will be feeble, uneven, and full of hesitation. Yet if your ideas are strong, disciplined, and focused, your actions will reflect that. Because when your acts are powerful, victory is inevitable. Most people live their entire lives without comprehending this truth. They let their minds run on autopilot. They allow negative thoughts to dominate their mind. They repeat past mistakes, focus on difficulties, and obsess on restrictions. And because their thoughts are unfavorable, their life reflects such negative. They face struggle, frustration, and stagnation, never knowing that the key to changing anything lies inside their own head. But the instant you take control of your thinking, everything alters. When you discover how to guide your mind with intention, you stop reacting to life and start creating it. You stop expecting things will get better and start making them better. You cease letting fear, doubt, and concern to govern you, and instead you use your thoughts as a tool to shape your future. The power of your thoughts is boundless, but only if you learn how to use it. Most people assume they are in control of their thoughts, yet the truth is their ideas are controlling them. They are bound in old behaviors, old ideas, and old anxieties. But those who command their thinking, they master their emotions, their behaviors, and their results. And it is what differentiates those who achieve from those who stay trapped. So, how do you harness the power of your ideas? How do you alter your thinking from limiting to empowered? How can you educate your mind to work for you instead of against you? There are concepts established time, tested ways that will allow you to gain control of your thoughts and use them to achieve success, confidence, and unstoppable momentum. These ideas are not difficult. They are not reserved for a chosen few. They are simple, powerful, and available to anyone who is willing to commit. Once you implement them, you will never again wonder why some people, while others struggle. You will understand that the difference is not in skill, it is in thinking, and once you change your mindset, your entire life will follow. The first essential to harnessing the power of your ideas is awareness. Before you can take control of your thinking, you must first grasp what you are thinking. Most individuals go through life absolutely oblivious of the thoughts racing through their mind. They do not understand that every day they are reinforcing patterns that either push them forward, may hold them back. Of the thoughts rushing through their mind, they may not aware that every day they are reinforcing patterns that either drive them forward or hold them back. Your mind is continually functioning every second. It is processing ideas, making decisions, forming beliefs. Yet the question is it working for you or against you? Most people are locked in negative loops. They relive past mistakes. They focus on what they do not have. They focus on fears, worries, and worst-case scenarios, and because their thoughts is focused on these things, their life reflects it. If you consistently worry about difficulties, you will attract additional problems. If you focus On. Limitations: you will create additional restrictions if you allow fear and doubt to govern your mind. You will hesitate, procrastinate, and stay trapped, however, if you become aware of these patterns. If you start noticing your thoughts, you get the capacity to modify them. The first stage is watching your mind without judgment. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise during the day. What do you tell yourself? When you confront a struggle, what is your inner conversation? When something goes wrong, how do you communicate to oneself? When no one is around, most people speak to themselves. In ways they would never speak to another person. They say things like, I'm not good enough. I always botch things up. This will never work. And because they repeat these beliefs daily, they start to accept them. However, here is the truth. Your thoughts are not facts. Just because you think something does not mean it is true. Your mind has been conditioned over years by your experiences, by the people around you, by what you were taught growing up. Yet, conditioning can be modified. Then, once you become aware of the ideas holding you back, you may begin to alter them. The second step is questioning your thoughts. Every time you catch yourself thinking something nasty, stop and think, is this truly true, or is this just a belief I've adopted without challenging it? Most negative ideas are just assumptions, not realities. You assume you cannot achieve something since you failed. Once you presume something is impossible, it's impossible because you have never done it before, yet assumptions are not reality. They are merely patterns, and patterns can be rewritten. Think about the narrative you tell yourself every day. If you claim I'm lousy with money, you will continue making terrible money choices. If you say I'm not disciplined, you will keep procrastinating. If you claim I'm not lucky, you will never take action on opportunities. If you declare I'm not lucky, you would never take action on opportunities. But what if you change the tale? What if you choose to replace those limiting ideas with something empowering instead of money? What if you stated, I am learning to manage money properly instead of, I'm not disciplined? What if you mentioned, I am becoming more consistent every day? Words matter. The way you say to yourself matters. And if you want to alter your life, you must start by changing. The next stage is changing your focus. Everything you focus on expands. If you focus on problems, your mind will find additional problems. If you focus on solutions, your mind will uncover more solutions. If you focus on why something will not work, you will not even try yet. If you focus on possibilities, you will start finding fresh chances everywhere. Your brain is like a filter out of all the information in the world. It takes up on the focus on this is why two people can be in the same scenario and see completely different realities. Sees difficulties, the other sees opportunity. The difference is not in the situation. It is in what they focus on. One guy sees barriers, the other sees opportunity. The difference is not in the situation. It is in what they focus on. If you want to harness the power of your ideas, you must train your focus. Every time you catch yourself thinking about what could go wrong, switch your focus to what could go right. Every time you start obsessing on something negative, shift your attention to something pleasant. This is not about avoiding reality. It is about deciding where to focus your mental energy. Fourth stage is picturing the life you want, not the life you fear. Most individuals utilize visualization the incorrect way. Instead of picturing success, they imagine failure instead of seeing yourselves. Winning, they picture themselves losing. And because their thoughts is concentrated on failure, they pause, they doubt themselves, and they hold back. But successful people, they educate their imagination to see victory before it happens. People see achievement so clearly that their brain starts treating it as genuine, and when something feels real in the mind, it becomes easier to create in reality. Your mind cannot discern the difference between a highly imagined event and a real one if you mentally rehearse victory. If you imagine yourself taking action with confidence, if you feel the emotions. A. Winning your brain will start wiring itself can make those images a reality. But this only works if you do it regularly. You cannot picture victory once and expect change. You must repeat it daily until your brain starts thinking it is true. And eventually, the fifth step, commit to conquering your thinking every single day. Most people work on their physique, but they never train their mind. They strive to modify their circumstances without changing their thoughts. But true transformation happens from the inside. Out your ideas are either creating success or perpetuating limits, and every day you have a choice. Will you allow old limiting thoughts to rule you, or will you take command and lead your thinking towards success? Because the moment you gain control of your ideas, you take control of everything else after you become aware of your thoughts. The next stage is rewiring. Mind your subconscious governs more of your life than you think. It is accountable for your habits, your instincts, and the way you react to situations. It is where your deepest beliefs are kept. And if your subconscious is trained with limits, worries, and pessimism, it will damage you no matter how you attempt to move forward. Most people may not understand. They are carrying subconscious beliefs that hold them back. They have internalized concepts from their childhood, from past experiences, from the people around them. They have received limiting beliefs without challenging them. And because those viewed ideas exist in their subconscious, they automatically affect their actions, decisions, and consequences without them even understanding it. Individuals have acquired limiting beliefs without challenging them. And because those beliefs exist in their subconscious, they automatically affect their action, decisions, and consequences without them even understanding it. Think about it. If you believe deep down that you are not worthy of success, would you take the brave actions required to attain it? If you believe money is hard to make, will you boldly pursue possibilities? If you believe of discipline, will you follow through on your ambitions? Your subconscious mind is like a program operating in the background, and if that software is full with limiting beliefs, it does not matter how much you attempt to change on the surface, you will always be tempted back to your. However, here's the good news. Your subconscious mind can be reprogrammed just like a computer. You can erase outdated ideas and install new, empowering ones. And when you do, your mind will start working for you instead of against you. The first step to rewiring your subconscious is believes what it hears most often. If you have spent years hearing, "I'm not good enough, I'll never be successful," or "I don't have what it needs," those views are deeply formed. However, the moment you start feeding your mind new concepts consistently, things begin to alter. Affirmations are strong. Not because they are supernatural, but because they overwrite previous programming. When you continuously say yourself, "I am confident, I am capable, I produce success every day," your mind starts to accept it at first. It may feel strange. It may feel like you are lying to yourself. Yet, over time, subconscious integrates these new ideas as fact. And once your subconscious adopts a concept, it starts altering your reality to reflect it. This second stage is visualizing. Your subconscious mind responds to images more than words. If you want to modify your beliefs, you must build a mental picture of Mumma. The person you want to become. Envision yourself. Confident, picture yourself reaching your goals. See yourself overcoming problems with ease. The clearer and more vivid the image, the more your mind will start striving to transform it into reality. Athletes do this all the time before they compete. They mentally rehearse success. They imagine themselves reaching the finish line, hitting the perfect shot, playing at their best. And because they have taught their brains to expect achievement, their body follows. Your brain does not distinguish the difference between something imagined and, something real. You image success daily. Your mind will start treating it as fact, and once your mind accepts it, your behaviors will naturally match with it. The third step is self-hypnosis every day. You are being programmed by what you listen to, by what you watch, by the interactions you have. Your subconscious is continually receiving knowledge, however. Most individuals are being programmed by default without recognizing it. If you continually listen to negativity, if you surround yourself with uncertainty and dread, your subconscious will reflect that. Yet, if you purposefully load your mind with encouraging information, your subconscious will rewire itself for success. One of the easiest ways to achieve this is through audio repetition. Listen to affirmations while you sleep, play motivating messages in the background. While you work, feed your mind with notions of confidence, success, and abundance. Until they become routine, the fourth step is environmental conditioning. Your subconscious is not merely influenced by what you tell yourself. It is influenced by what you see and feel every day. If your environment encourages old limiting ideas, change will be tough. Yet, if you surround yourself with reminders of success, growth, and achievement, your subconscious will start adapting to that new world. Glance around. First, is your environment helping you reprogram your thoughts? Do you have reminders of your aims? Do you have books, phrases, and graphics that encourage success? Or is your area full with distractions, clutter, and items that hold you in the past? Successful people construct their environment to match the future they seek, not the past they are leaving behind. And finally, the fifth step, emotional reinforcement. Your subconscious learns best when emotions are engaged. The reason many people have deep anxieties and doubts is because their prior experiences were emotionally charged: a failure, a rejection, a painful moment. It became wired into their subconscious since it was felt strongly. But you can use the same concept to rewire your mind in a positive way. When you picture victory, do not just see it, feel it. Feel the exhilaration, feel the confidence, sense the energy of reaching your goals. The bigger the emotion, the faster your mind will receive the message. If you want to harness the power of your thoughts, you must train your subconscious mind to work for you. Repetition, visualization, conditioning, environment, emotion. When these factors come together, your mind starts reforming itself. And once your subconscious is aligned with your goal's achievement, becomes automatic, therefore, ask yourself, what beliefs are impacting my life right now? Are they pushing me forward or keeping me back? Because the instant you reprogram your subconscious, you shift the path of your entire future. Once you have reprogrammed your subconscious mind, the next step is harnessing the power of your thoughts, is mastering yourself. Talk, your internal dialogue. The way you communicate to yourself influences your confidence, your resilience, and finally, your performance. Every word you speak to yourself is creating your ideas, and those beliefs influence your behavior. Most people do not aware how much they talk themselves out of achievement. They fill their thoughts with doubt, hesitation, and negativity without even thinking about it. They say things like, I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm not good enough. Since they repeat these statements, they start believing them. And once a belief is set, it dictates every decision they make. But successful people, they speak to themselves with authority. They employ words that build confidence instead of destroying it. They do not let negative self-talk to govern. They develop their inner voice to propel them ahead instead of keeping them back. The first step to mastering yourself speaking is awareness. Most people speak critically to themselves without even realizing it. Pay attention to the words you use in your own head. What do you say to yourself when things get rough? Do you encourage yourself or do you criticize yourself? Your words build your reality. If you repeatedly convince yourself that you are not capable, you will act like someone who is not capable. If you persuade yourself that success is unattainable, you will not take the activities needed to succeed. However, if you tell yourself, I can manage this, I always figure things out, I am becoming stronger every day, your mind will alter to make those statements real. The second stage is avoiding negative phrases. There are certain words and phrases that damage your thinking every time you thinking. Every time you say them. Words like I can't, I'm not good at, I always fail, this never works for me, I don't deserve success. Every time you repeat these words, you promote a limiting belief. Yet when you remove them from your language, you cease reinforcing the habits that hold you back. Replace I can't with how can I replace? Yeah. Always fail with I am learning and improving. Replace this never works for me with I am finding this out. Minor adjustments in phrasing generate enormous differences in results. The third stage is speaking to yourself like you would speak to someone you respect and admire. If a friend came to you, friend came to you, feeling disheartened, would you tell them you're not good enough? You'll never succeed? Of course not. You would encourage them. You would remind them of their strengths. You would advise them to keep going. So, why do you speak to yourself? In ways you would never speak to someone else. Your mind. Listening to everything you say, and if you constantly criticize yourself, your confidence will deteriorate. But if you start treating yourself with the same degree of encouragement and support that you provide others, your perspective will transform. The fourth step is repeating empowering statements until they become your new default. Your brain is continually rebuilding itself depending on repetition. The more you repeat something, the stronger it becomes. If you have spent years repeating negative beliefs, you must now spend time repeating powerful positive ones instead of, I'm not ready. Say, I am not ready. Say, I am prepared to tackle whatever comes my way instead of I'm bad at this. Say, I am improving every day instead of I constantly fail. Say, I learn from every situation and come back stronger. At first, it could feel odd. However, the more you do it, the more effortless it becomes. And once your self-talk becomes naturally empowering, confidence follows naturally. The fifth step is utilizing self-talk to overcome fear, and reluctance. Fear stops most people from taking action. They wonder, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if things go wrong? And since they focus on fear, they hold themselves back. But successful people transcend fear with powerful self-talk. When doubt seeps in, they confront it with conviction. When hesitation emerges, they replace it with action. When fear urges them to stop, they persuade themselves to press forward anyway, instead of what if I fail? Fail. They ask, what if I succeed, instead of what if I'm not ready? They say, I will find it out along the way, instead of what if I make a mistake? They say, every mistake makes me better. Your mind will believe anything you tell it. Most often, if you flood it with fear and doubt, your actions will reflect that. But if you fill it with confidence and clarity, you will take brave action, and bold action brings success. The final step is converting self-talk into a regular habit. This is not something you do once and forget about it. It's something you practice every day, in every setting. When you wake up, set the tone for the day by uttering words of confidence. When you face a problem, remind yourself of your strengths. When things get challenging, utilize your words to propel yourself ahead. Instead of holding yourself back, the way you talk to yourself will influence your destiny. If you create the habit of empowered self-talk, nothing will be able to stop you. So ask yourself, are my words helping me or hurting me or hurting? Am I developing confidence or destroying it? Because the instant you take control of your self-talk, you take charge of your success. Once you master your self-talk, the next stage to harnessing the power of your thoughts is regulating your emotional state. Emotions impact your thinking, and your thinking forms your reality. If you allow feelings like fear, frustration, or self-doubt to take control, your thoughts will follow, and once your thoughts turn negative, your behavior and outcomes will reflect. That most people assume emotions are automatic, that they have no influence. They think that whenever anything negative happens, they have no choice but to feel dejected. Whenever they meet rejection, they suppose they have to feel defeated. If things are not going their way, they regard stress as unavoidable. But successful people They take control of their emotions instead of letting their emotions dominate them. They understand that feelings follow attention. Anything you focus on will decide how you feel. If you focus on what is going wrong, you will feel defeated. If you focus on what you can control, you will feel empowered, the first step to controlling your emotions. As managing your concentration, your mind can only focus on one thing at a time, and whatever you focus on, you will feel. If you focus on difficulties, you will feel overwhelmed. If you focus on opportunities, you will feel inspired. If you focus on fear, you will hesitate. Take action. The goal is to educate your mind to focus on what propels you ahead instead of what holds you back. Whenever you sense a negative emotion, pause and ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? Is this helping me or hurting me? If you feel frustrated, change to what you can control. If you feel disheartened, focus on the progress you have made instead of what is missing. If you feel afraid, focus on your strengths and prior triumphs instead of worrying. What could go wrong? The second phase is changing your physiology. Your body and mind are tied. If you slouch, breathe shallowly, and move slowly, your mind will perceive those signals as low energy. If you stand tall, take big breaths, and move with purpose, your mind will take that as confidence. Most people allow their emotions to determine their body language, while successful people use their body to shift emotions. They do not wait to feel secure before acting confidently. They walk, breathe, and speak with confidence, and their mind follows. If you ever feel stuck in a poor mental condition, modify how you move. Get up, stretch, take deep breaths, go for a walk. If you feel nervous, alter your posture, stand tall. Take up space if you feel unmotivated. Move with energy, play music that thrills you, do something that shifts your state. The third step is rewriting the meaning you attribute to experiences. Your emotions are not merely formed by what happens, they are produced by the meaning you attach to what happened. Two people can experience the exact same circumstance and feel completely different feelings. The difference is not in the event itself, it is in the interpretation. If you lose a job, you can regard it as a failure or an opportunity to start something better. If someone criticizes you, you can view it as an attack or as input for growth. If you meet a challenge, you might view it as an impediment or as a test that will make you stronger. Every event is neutral until you give it meaning, and the meaning you pick impacts how you feel. If you want to take control of your emotions, you must take control of your emotions. You must take control of the stories you tell yourself. The fourth stage is practicing thankfulness daily. Nothing shifts your emotional state faster than appreciation. When you focus on what you lack, you feel anxious. When you focus on what you have, you feel empowered. Thankfulness is a mentality that quickly affects. See the world. Most people take their blessings for granted. They focus on difficulties. Instead of celebrating progress, they fixate on what is missing, instead of enjoying what they already have. But successful people make thankfulness a daily habit. They develop their thoughts to look or positive even in challenging situations. Every morning, take a moment to mention a few things you are grateful for. They do not have to be enormous, just simple things that remind you of the plenty in your life. The more you focus on appreciation, the more your mental state will move toward positive. The more success you will attract. The final step is exercising emotional resilience. No matter how much you train your mind, life will test you. Problems will come, failures will happen. However, the people who thrive are the ones who do not let transitory feelings distract them from their vision. Most people allow their emotions to manage their activities. If they are fatigued, they do not follow through. If they feel disheartened, they quit. If they feel terrified, they hesitate. But successful people behave based on commitment, not emotions. They have bad days, but they do not let bad days evolve into. Bad weeks, they have self doubt, but they do not let doubt stop them. They experience fear, but they take action. Nonetheless, they do not allow emotions to determine their decisions. They let their vision lead them, and that is the ultimate key, training yourself to act regardless of how you feel in the moment, because feelings are transient, they come and go. But your habits, your discipline, your commitment, those are what produce lasting success. Therefore, ask yourself, am I managing my emotions, or are my emotions dominating me? Because once you master your emotions, nothing can stop you. If you master it, your emotions, the final stage to harnessing the power of your ideas, is taking huge, constant action linked with your vision. Your thoughts affect your reality, but only if they lead to action. You cannot conceive your way to success without going toward it. You cannot visualize success without performing the procedures to make it happen. You cannot alter your life only by adjusting your perspective. You must back it up with rigorous action. Most people get trapped in the thinking phase. They read, they study, they plan, but they never take genuine, determined action. They wait for the proper time. They wait. To feel ready, they wait for circumstances to be ideal, but waiting is a trap. It keeps people stuck in the same place for years. Successful people do not wait. They take action before they feel ready. They move forward despite uncertainty. They execute, adjust, and refine as they go. Clarity comes from action, not from overthinking. The first step to taking action is removing hesitancy. The more you wait, the more doubt creeps in. The more you think about doing something, the harder it becomes to actually do it. If you want to take charge of your life, you must cultivate the habit of acting rapidly. If you decide to make a change, take one instant step toward it. If you set a goal, start working on it. Start performing. The faster you go, the more momentum you build. The second step is turning enormous ambitions into little everyday actions. Most people feel overwhelmed by big goals. They focus on how far they have to go instead than focusing on what they can achieve right now. And since they feel overwhelmed, they do nothing. But successful people, they do not get trapped thinking about the complete voyage. They focus on the next. They break us on the next step. They break their goals into small, doable tasks and attack them every single day. If your objective is to develop a business, what can you do today to go forward? If your goal is to get in shape, what workout can you perform right now? If your goal is to build a new talent, what can you practice this moment? Success is not one great leap. It is a series of little consistent steps taken daily. The third phase is creating discipline, so that action becomes automatic. Most people rely on motivation to perform action. They wait until they feel like doing anything, but motivation is fickle. Excited other days, you will feel exhausted, uninterested, or distracted. If you just take action when you feel happy, you will never attain permanent success. Discipline is the key. Discipline is taking action, no matter how you feel. It means showing up, even when it is hard. It is doing. No one is watching. Discipline is what separates the winners from the dreamers. The easiest way to cultivate discipline is to generate non-negotiable habits. Select a time to work on your goals and stick to it, whether you feel like it or not. Push yourself to follow through. Even a habit so powerful that skipping it is not an option. The fourth step is embracing failure as part of the process. Most people let failure stop them. They take one stride forward, encounter a roadblock, and quit. They interpret rejection as a sign to give up. They let little setbacks destroy their impetus. But successful individuals, they do not fear failure. They use it. They evaluate what went wrong, change, and keep pushing forward. They recognize that every mistake is a lesson, every mistake is feedback, and every setback is an opportunity to get stronger. Failure is not the opposite of is a stepping stone to success. The faster you fail, The faster you learn, and the faster you learn, the faster you succeed. The final phase is being unrelenting until victory is certain. Most people quit. Too soon, they start strong, but lose concentration. They take action for a while, but quit. When outcomes are slow, they give up when things get difficult, but the folks who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going, no matter how long it takes. They press forward even when development is slow. They stay devoted even when desire diminishes. And because they never stop, they eventually win. Therefore, ask yourself, am I only fantasizing about success, or am I taking tremendous action toward it? Because your thoughts will influence your reality, but only if you back them up with action. Your ideas are the most powerful factor in your life. They control your beliefs, your emotions, your deeds. Eventually, your destiny. If you want to alter your life, you must first change the way you think. Most people go through life on autopilot, allowing their thoughts run unfettered. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to influence their future. They let outdated ideas control their judgments. They overthink and they let opportunities pass them by. Yet those who master their mind, they master their life. They pause, they overthink, and they let opportunities pass them by. Yet those who master their mind, they master their life. They become aware of their ideas and take control of them. They reprogram their subconscious mind for success. They speak to themselves with authority and confidence. They control their emotions instead of letting their emotions run them. And most importantly, they take huge, unrelenting action toward their vision. Success is not about luck. It is not about background. It is not about waiting for the proper time. Success is developed one thinking, one conviction, one deed at a time. Therefore, ask yourself, am I thinking in a way that leads to success? Am I managing my mind, or is my mind dominating me? Am I following up my thoughts with genuine, consistent action? Because, sigh. Because the moment you decide to take control of your ideas, you take control of everything else.